Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video. And I would feel bad if I didn't tell you this, but I feel like you're going to be missing out if you haven't tried to play Enhancement Shaman in patch 9.2. The specialization got a tune-up, a lot of quality of life changes, has a huge availability of unique builds so that you can tailor your character to your playstyle, and really benefited big from patch 9.2. There was a lot of changes that came in, and if you want to make sure that you're staying up to date with any changes that happen to the game so you're ahead of the competition and you don't have to sift through the internet to see what's looking cool and looking good and maybe what you should stay away from, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that information will just come to you here live on the channel, because I do my best to bring it to you in real time. But I've been really enjoying my time on Enhancement Shaman. I've been playing the Lava Actuators legendary, paired up with the Venthyr Covenant one to get the reduced cooldown on Chain Harvest. This build is bringing me back to the Enhancement Shaman of Mists of Pandaria, which is really nostalgic for me because getting those big Zap Ellie blasts, those big Wind Strike Ascendance pushes, kind of overwhelming your target and then focusing on defense, trying to retreat and recover. This type of playstyle is what I really loved about Enhancement Shaman, and I feel like they really hit the nail on the head with it here in patch 9.2. You're not so dependent on the Doomwind's legendary in that 1 minute window and then doing nothing. You're always fishing for Maelstrom, trying to get procs, trying to get these Ellie blasts out to stack up your stats and really get some devastation going with this character. And what I love about it as well is in the 2 versus 2 bracket is running double DPS. So in this video, I'm actually playing with a Fury Warrior, and we're running Enhancement Shaman Fury Warrior, which really makes 2v2 a lot more fun than if you've been running those standard healer DPS comps. You can get a lot of different variety with the Enhancement Shaman in this bracket as well. But I just love dumping in these massive Ellie blasts, getting these Lava Lash procs with the Lava Lash build that I've run that can pop up 20k Lava Lashes out of nowhere, almost making me feel like I was a balanced druid tossing out a Star Surge when I'm getting my procs, and that type of gameplay where you're just kind of fishing for procs, trying to get uptime, trying to min-max your globals, trying to make sure your Wind Fury totems down at all times, getting these cap totems onto DPS, trying to CC them, peel them away while staying on your target is something that has been really unique to Enhancement Shaman for me so far, and I've been actually so much in love with it. I cannot wait until the Creation Catalyst charges start to catch up and I can get my set bonuses on it, because I'm still behind on gear on this character and I was still blasting people away and having a great time doing it. You can pull off miracles on Enhancement Shaman. You can carry the team because you bring support, you bring utility, you bring tons of damage, you can set up the kill moments, you have so much control. The specialization is great at one-on-one. Look at this miracle moment where I'm at 1% running for my life away from this warrior, line of sighting him and Ghost Wolf, using my Spirit Walk, trying to get greedy with my Maelstrom to squeeze in a little healing surge, and then trying to line of sight to the other side. And the level of intensity that you can get from this specialization and kind of the skill ceiling of trying to land your Wind Shear on a 12-second cooldown, or trying to ground and shear and stop, and using the Thunder Charge totem here, which is a new addition to 9.1 back in Shadowlands, to like catch someone on their mobility to prevent them from reconnecting to you, is so cool. I love when my screen lights up with these hot hands and I know that I've got a big Lava Lash coming. The next time I press that button, there's just something really satisfying about it. You're just kind of like this proc lottery machine with how much damage you can pump out almost at any time. And I love this kind of just defensive dodging, avoiding, like I'm bobbing, weaving, like I got nothing, I'm low on mana, I got to avoid them at all costs, use everything in my toolkit to try and dodge them, try and land cap totems, try and duck around corners, and just use Ghost Wolf as much as possible while my partner uses crowd control. Like, I don't even know how I'm still alive at this point in this game with how close this specific match has been, but I really enjoy my time on it. Swapping targets feels good on it. Getting this low cooldown Chain Harvest, just get this big pop off with massive damage and basically a team-wide heal as well. It applies Flame Shock to all of its targets now with the legendary. It applies Riptide to all of your allies, so it gives you a lot of extra support on top of already great support. And I'm just really enjoying my time line of sighting, building up procs, trying to get those chunky Ellie blasts. Like, I'm seeing some crits, like that's a 12k non-crit Lava Lash right there. Sometimes I'm seeing upwards of 28k Ellie blasts even with this Lava Actuators build, so that I can just kind of pick my moments, go in there for damage, maybe try and fish for CC, get a Hex, isolate a target, chunky Ellie blast, even though I didn't have enough Maelstrom, didn't want to get close to maybe get disarmed by the warrior, and I could kind of stay away from the fight if I absolutely needed to. And this specialization is just a blast right now. You will start to struggle a little bit into things like Rogue Mage. You can somewhat get around this by trying to pick up different trinkets, trying to pick up the Aegis trinket or a Battle Master trinket. But against Rogue Mage, you need to be very kind of predictive. You need to see the future and anticipate their moves and where they're going to attack and where are they going to go next. And that's been the biggest struggle for me so far, is dealing with all of these rogues and trying to anticipate their attacks. And still, sometimes even if you do, you'll end up dying through their powerhouse cooldowns. But who knows? Maybe there's going to be more changes. Maybe there's going to be more nerfs. Enhancement Shaman is definitely flying at the top of the ladder, but not so far at the top that I think it would get soul-crushingly nerfed like something like Demonology did, or maybe Protection Warrior will. We'll have to wait and see. I've been seeing some really big one-shots with that spec, but Enhancement Shaman is in a great position. That's why I wanted to bring this video to you, talk a little bit about it, update you on it, and make sure that you're checking it out if you haven't. Who knows how long this expansion is going to last at this point, with kind of, you know, the situation in the world and everything going on and the delays of the patches already. So this might be the best time to just branch out on the specializations that you haven't tried before and try and pick which ones are the most fun. Myself, I'm doing the 2400 class challenge. That's getting 2400 arena rating in 3v3. I've completed 2 classes, Warlock and Druid so far. Shaman is one of the ones next on the top of that list, and I'm really enjoying exploring into these different specializations. I do still hope that in the future we get, you know, even a little bit more alt accessibility. I'm really anticipating that 9.2.5 patch and all the updates that are going to be coming to that. Again, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with all the changes there. I'm really hoping that they hit that patch the same way they did with patch 9.1.5 with alt accessibility. If you think back to conquest boxes, sending those to alt, because I really want to try a bunch of specs. Like, I want to go Ellie. I even want to try Resto. I know you got to take that with a warning, but I really do want to be diving into more specializations. The one thing that's hindering me right now at the moment, preventing me from doing that, is the alt accessibility. So I'm really hoping that they can change that moving into the future, because I do really want to play more specs. I really want to play more classes. And that's really important to me. That's how I enjoy World of Warcraft, is just expanding out onto all these different builds, trying these different play styles. Like, this is a completely different play style for me, playing the Enhancement Shaman comparatively to the other specs that I've played so far in the expansion. And like I said, I've just been having an absolute blast. My warrior in this match doesn't look like he was having an absolute blast. I wasn't expecting that last match to end as fast as it did. So I'm trying to find some more games that we played throughout this series, but I really enjoy the static field totem, locking the target down in place. I love Ascendance, pulling back to ranged and kind of line of sighting and building up Maelstrom to get big chunky hits of damage and crits and heals. It's just a phenomenal time. Like, if you haven't tried it, you definitely need to pick it up right now. The Comp Stomp is coming out next week, which is a kind of PvE PvP BG, and it's a really good way to catch up your honor, catch up your conquest, and get back into competitive PvP without getting stomped on by people that have full gear right now over you. And you'll be able to get 2 tier pieces now on Tuesday as well, with the charges accumulating to 3. Still probably have to wait, you know, another 2 weeks unless you get really lucky on the vaults to finish your 4 set. But for a lot of specs, your 2 set can get you most of the way there. So it's becoming a really good time to come back, check out some of these specs. Can't wait for 9.2.5. What do you think? What specs are you looking at? Right now, Enhancement Shaman has kind of got all my love and attention. But other than that, thank you very much for watching the video. I do appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next one.